It's Jay Kim from the Oregon Surf Perch Fishing Club. It's Saturday, February 25th. It's about 2:15 p.m. I'm back at Wade Creek. This is my second day back in a row. I'm trying to come today because the forecast in the next 10 days is pretty nasty. So I was gonna head south, but I see two guys fishing to the north. So I'm gonna go see who those are. I'm supposed to meet Charlie Merriefield here later. So hopefully he'll show up with his bud. Got some weights for those guys. So conditions are, it's about 43 degrees. It's about a 5-mile-per-hour wind. Definitely not as chilly as yesterday. And swell conditions are actually better than yesterday at 200 energy. So all the crashing waves are really close by. So high tide's about 4 o'clock, 4:15. So I'm 2 hours away from high tide. And to be honest with you, I can't remember how high tide is. So that's why I wanted to go to the south, because at high tide it's been getting cut off and you can't go down there. But like I said, I see two guys fishing down there, so I'm gonna go and say hello to them first. I'm gonna try and take a couple casts here. I was here yesterday, got bites on my first cast right next to the creek. And after that, I got 0. So let me try a cast here again and see how it goes. And if I get a bite, I might just stay here for a little bit. Same thing like yesterday, even though the crashing waves are close by, it's pretty shallow right where I'm casting. So again, I'll give it a try for a few. Okay, so it looks like these guys are leaving without saying goodbye. They're on a pretty fast pace. I was gonna go try and intercept them, but they're walking pretty quick. I was gonna try and give them some weights. Like yesterday, I got a bite on my first cast. Again, small, rapid ones, but we'll see how it goes. And when I'm fishing too, that there's no drift. Like yesterday, where there was a massive drift from right to left. And that was casting very frequently because my weight would move from right to left very quickly. All right, since those two guys left, I'm going back to my original plan before the south gets cut off, but I'm gonna start fishing the south. The south conditions look a little bit better to me than north. The big difference is that the south has 2 sets of crashing waves. There's one further out that you can see right now, and then there's this closer set right next to me. And in between, there's this dead water. So there's some kind of sandbar out there. It gets deeper, and then the sandbar hits here. But the waves look a little bit dark greener, so it does look a little bit deeper here to me. No action yet. This is like my 3rd cast on the south side. So the water's coming up pretty quick, so I got probably about another 30 minutes to fish on the south before I'm going to head back to the north. I wanted to fish more of the south, and the only way you can get down there is you can see that the tide's coming up and cutting off the beach, so I had to climb all these rocks, and you can see that there's a lot of green stuff on there, which is kind of slippery. So I'm just going to fish from the rocks a little bit. I might wade down a little bit, but that's what happens when it's high tide on the south side in the winter. All sand gets washed away, so this was all covered with sand, I'm guessing about 4 months ago. And then usually as the king tides come in and the high tides come in during the winter, it takes all the sand away, and I'm not sure where it goes, but this is very typical of the last 4 or 5 years that I've been here at Wade. All right, try a few casts here, but if I don't get anything soon, I'm gonna head back because I don't want to get cut off. I wanted to go down where that big jutting rock is, but you can see that the tide's coming up, and I don't want to walk through all those rocks. And actually, the water here looks pretty good because it's pretty deep here compared to the north and just where I was on the south. But we'll see how it translates into any action. Like I said, I can't go very much longer on this side. Just ran into, as you can see, it's a very steep rocky slope. So what happens is the water comes in and it rushes down. It comes down really fast. So I'm going to stand up here because I don't want to be taken out by the backwash. So just like last year after all the sand left, the south side gets really rocky. I can feel my weight clanging in the rocks. And I can actually feel rocks clanging into my weight because my weight is sometimes stationary, and I can feel the rocks hitting my weight. I haven't lost the rig yet, but just be careful on the south side that there's a lot of rocks down. This is my last cast on the south side. It's not fun casting from these rocks, and footing is very uneasy, and tide's coming up pretty quick because this was all exposed rock. when I got out of here like 5 minutes ago. So I need to start heading my way back very slowly. Oh, got my first snag. See if I lost everything. Feels pretty light. And I hate retying. Okay, I'm going to the north. Okay, I'm not coming back to the south until low tide. Man, this is not fun. Climbing on the rocks and trying to get back. So I ended up only losing my weight and one hook. So I think once I get back to the north, I'm just gonna tie on my weight and fish with 2 hooks. I don't feel like retying my whole rig. All right, I'll see you when I get up there. All right, I was too lazy to tie on a whole new leader rig, so I just tied a weight on the bottom. It's a little bit close to the second worm, but oh well. I'm just here for a little bit longer, and then as soon as Charlie shows up and I give him some lead, I think I'm going to leave unless I get some bites here. You know, and catch conditions look like they got better as I was down the south. Man, catch conditions look really good here. All right, see how it goes. I'm back at the creek mouth again, you know, where I got my first bite on my first cast yesterday and today. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, now it doesn't look so good. See how it's all dead water now? And all the waves are out there. It's really shallow. So it kind of fooled me for a second. Hey, Charlie. How you doing, man?
Turned out to be a nice day.
Yeah, it's a really nice day. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm surprised there's nobody else out here.
There were 2 other guys, but they left. I don't think they were catching anything. What's your friend?
He's up there getting his,
How are ya?
getting his stuff rigged up.
Oh, okay. I tried the south, but
No luck?
well, it's also getting cut off and you have to walk on the rock, so it's pretty gnarly. But I also lost the weight down there. I was getting snagged.
Good.
Yeah, and what's your friend's name?
Cal.
Cal
Shores.
Shores, okay, Cal.
He's been on the group for a while. He's just never...
Fish.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's been
gonna...
on his bucket list, so...
It's moving this way here, right?
Yeah, it's moving a lot.
I know, yesterday was the same way. Are you getting a lot of drift? That's it? Are you getting... Yeah. So here with fellow club members, Charlie Merriefield, his wife Krystal, and his name is Cal Shores. Cal has been a member for a long time, but this is his first time surf perch fishing. So it'd be nice to get his first perch today, but it hasn't been looking so good so far, especially after coming yesterday. So this is the second day fishing in a row with club members. Yesterday I fished with Mike France, who was camping at Beverly Beach. So I'm going to give these guys some free weights as well as Cal. And I think I only got 2 magnetic rod holders. So, but they share a car. Oh, but they got 2 rods. I guess that doesn't work. My math is off. So anyway, I'll have to put one on the car when I leave, if I leave before them. And I think I'm going to have the same results as yesterday because conditions look exactly the same. You know, waves are close by, it's shallow, and it's flat, and there's a big drift. Hey Cal,
Yeah.
how you doing? I'm Jay. Hey,
I got too much leader.
you got too much
I
leader?
got like 6 foot of leader.
That's okay.
Well,
That's,
then by the time I've got the weight on there, it
Like 12
wants to
feet.
reel my knot back up through the tip.
oh, and what kind of knot are you using?
Oh, it's double tied, but
No,
it's way too big to go.
I
for
see. Yeah, if you use something called an FG knot,
that. I'm not familiar with an FG knot.
yeah, or you just shorten your. Actually, let me see your rig. Where's your knot?
It's back inside the wheels yet.
But just do the knot directly, tied directly to the snap swivel.
Yep.
Or the swivel.
Yep.
No, snap swivel, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
And then you
my knot
don't,
up
yeah,
here
then
is
you,
hanging
yeah,
up
you don't
on
need
me.
that extra leader. Because that's why I like to talk to first time anglers out here to try and give them some hints. But his complaint was that his knot that he had on for his leader, so he actually had 2 leaders. He had a leader to a snap swivel, and then he had his hooks hanging off the snap swivel with his weight. So I just told him to get rid of the first leader because he doesn't really need it. And if you're tying a main line to a leader, you want to use a knot that goes through the guides easy. So the one that I know best is called the FG knot. They're a little complicated to tie, but it makes casting so much easier. The other choice is just to shorten your leaders up. So your leader knot is on the tip of, or outside the tip of your rod, and that's what I do. I have I've just shortened up my leaders way shorter than I used to, because I found surf perch are not as line shy as I thought originally. So I used to have like a 10 or 12 foot leader. I'm guessing I have like about a 5 to 6 foot leader now. So I just moved from where those guys are, and all of a sudden the drift kind of went away. So again, that's why I keep moving around the beach, is you'll find that even if you move like 25 to 50 yards, you know, conditions will change. So, you know, I'm hoping by having my weight stay a little more stationary, I'm going to get some action. Well, at least I didn't get skunked today. Here's a little ghost shrimp on my spider weight. Could use it for bait, I guess. And what the hell, I'll put it on the hook too. Okay, I put it on the camel worm. Okay, put it on the camel worm. See how it goes. Well, my grass shrimp fell off after one time. Oh well. Here about an hour and 15 minutes now. Other than my very first cast where I had those little tiny bites just like yesterday, it's turning out to be exactly like yesterday, where the rest of the time it's been zero action. Better crashing waves a little bit more north, so I just walked it directly to try it before I leave. So it's a little bit deeper here. The crashing waves are a little bit closer, but don't know if it'll translate into any action. But I think about 3 more casts and then I'm done. You bite to Charlie and he thinks he got a bite, so I just threw a cast and just see if I could get anything. And he said he had one other bite that was pretty decent. See, Charlie thinks he might have a fish, and this is right after the cast where he got his bite. So let's see. Oh yeah, he does have one. Oh, it's silver. Hey, at least he didn't get skunked. So, first fish of the day. So Charlie just got another one. So this would be back-to-back fish for him. Another silver. Looks like the silvers might be coming in with high tide. But that'd be cool if Cal caught a silver, because he's never caught a surf perch. So last time Charlie got it on the bottom hook. This time he got it on the top. Hey, I'm gonna pack it in even though Charlie just got back-to-back fish. Hey man. Here, let me hold your rod.
Yeah.
Let me hold your rod.
Got it.
See the Velcro flap with the bass? Yeah. Open it up.
Yeah.
Once you take 3 weights, you can take a package of hooks. I don't know what your rod's rated for.
Okay.
Your rod is rated for 131.6. Oh, that's weird. You don't have a weight rated on your rod.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, that helped. My rod got caught on your rod got caught.
Yeah.
No, at least I didn't go up above my chest, so that helped. Thanks for helping me.
Oh, you didn't go over your waders.
I know, that was lucky. Did you get 3 weights?
I did.
And did you get the hooks too?
I did not get a hook.
Here, get a hook. Here, I'll hold it again. We'll be a little more careful this time.
That worked the first time.
It's okay. They're right there in the pot. They're just right there with plastic bags. Hey, thanks for saving me, Cal.
I didn't save you.
Yeah.
I feel like I caused it.
Nah, it's okay, man. As long as it didn't go over my chest, I'm good.
Ever fish with salmon eggs out here?
No, not many
Or
people
shrimp
do.
or anything?
Well, there's a bait called sand shrimp.
Yep.
So keep watching the waves though. So there's a bait called sand shrimp.
Yeah.
That you can pump. That's really good, or you can buy them in certain stores. Watch out. Yeah, turn sideways. And then clams is also very popular.
Clams?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, you ever heard of spider thread or elastic thread?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what people will do. So what you do is you get the sand shrimp, and they have one big claw.
Yeah.
They normally pinch that one off, and then they hook it and they use the elastic thread. It's probably the most effective bait.
Okay.
But you get about 3 casts, maybe 4 casts out of each one.
I see
Even
what
if
you're
you don't get a bite. But you know, the reason I use worms is because you don't ever rebait unless the fish take them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're rebaiting very, very seldom.
You live over here then?
Yeah, I only live like 12 minutes away. So I was here yesterday, but I'm gonna head up. Also too, the way you fish, I don't know if he told you, but you cast out as far as you can. You let it sit for like 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
Then take about 6 to 7 cranks in, and then let it sit again. Because sometimes they're far out, sometimes they're in the middle, and sometimes they're close.
Okay.
Okay? But just cast out as far as you can, and then just let it sit. All right?
Hey.
Hand up.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man. See you later, Cal. Nice meeting you, man. Yeah, post on the club today. Hey Charlie, post on the club today later. Let me know how you did. All right, I'll get the video up later. So the funny thing is when Cal was taking weights out of my backpack, a big wave came up, and as I was holding his rod, it got stuck in my backpack, and I actually went down in the surf. But Cal held me up to the point where the water didn't come above my weight chest. So at least I'm not wet. But I was able to get one knee down, and we were in pretty shallow water. So that's my first time down this year. I average about 3 times a year. I guess that's almost like a half time down since I didn't get really wet. But I usually go down 3 times a year. I was trying to be careful and have this be my first fall year, but just broke that streak. Right, just gonna say bye to Krystal and then head up to the parking lot. Let's see if she had any bites. You get any bites, Krystal?
I had a couple of little ones.
Oh, you got a couple of little ones?
Yeah,
Oh, good for you. Done better than me.
I didn't catch anything, but there's a little bird hanging out here, so I figured I'd someone try and steal his food.
Absolutely. I saw the bird up there for a while too. So Charlie just got 2 silvers he pulled in. So he got them 2 in a row. And I don't know how your drift is here now, but down there.
Not bad anymore.
Okay, yeah, down there it's not bad at all too. But Charlie just got, so he got a bite and then he got 2 fish in a row. So you might want to scoot next to him if you aren't getting any action. But I'm going to take off. I gave him all your weights.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put the magnetic rod holders on your car. Okay? All right, good luck. Nice meeting you. Nice seeing you again. All right, good luck. I hope you get a big one. Okay, so been here about 1 hour and 45 minutes. I think I got in about 20 casts. I wasted so much time climbing on the rocks on the south. Probably wasted a good half an hour of the best incoming tide time, so that was kind of a bummer. But I covered a lot more ground today because I went all the way down to the south. I didn't get a lot of casts down there, but then I came back to the north and then I covered almost all the way back to the houses. So I'm thinking I covered at least 1.5 times more ground than I did yesterday, but same result. So I need to find a different tidal height to come back. I didn't want to come back at this tidal height, but unfortunately it was like 33, 34 degrees this morning, and I don't like to fish in that kind of weather. But I did learn a big lesson today, which is if you go south, you need to go at a low tide, because otherwise you're walking on the rocks. And there's a lot of rocks down there now, and the tendency to get snagged is pretty high. So if you're going to go to the south, you better go and have some extra rigs, because you're bound to lose some down there. So that was a good lesson learned. Unfortunately, no fish today, but man, what another gorgeous day on the Oregon coast. Conditions were awesome. There's no wind, and it's going to be pretty nasty for about the next 10 to 12 days from what I saw in the forecast. There's a big storm coming in tomorrow night, so they have gale warnings on the coast. Starting at 6 o'clock tonight, I think, or maybe it's 6 o'clock tomorrow, I can't remember. But I know there's a pretty big storm coming in. Okay, that's it from Wade Creek, probably for about 2 or 3 weeks now. See you later.